everyone. We are at the 2-hour TORCS race. So our regular season is over. Round 10 ended about 3 weeks ago, and this is a New Year's race, which is not part of the series, but it's a one-off 2-hour race. You can either do the tag team or do Ironman, and I'm doing Ironman. Also, my son's doing Ironman today. So we're looking forward to a great race day in the 60s here in Texas, and it's gonna be a blast. Last time I raced here, I sat down most of the race. If you saw my last race video, my butt was definitely sore. So what I've been practicing the last 3 weeks is standing turns. Yeah, so if it's bumpy and tight, I feel like standing is better. If it's smooth, not as tight, I feel like I'm a little faster sitting down. So we'll see during the practice.
I gotta line up next to you so I get some good footage when I get in front of you.
Okay, I'll get you. I'll look at you as I'm passing you. Huh? I'll look at you as I'm passing you. Thanks, man. All right, here we go. Saw that wheelie. That was not my plan. Let's look at it in third person. Got good position. Just watch my butt slides back a little bit. Yep, and then the front end comes right up. Had a great jump. Great jump. Probably better than the other guys, but just having to pull the clutch and just let everybody by me. So this guy slows down and lets me by. I'm not really sure why. I think I'm in like 7th or 8th maybe here out of 10. Trying to keep pace with these guys. That's my goal here, is to keep pace with the other 40C guys. So you see this? Okay, this guy in front of me is gonna fall right here. And then that leaves me trying to keep pace with these two guys. The guy in red, 2 people in front of me, he ends up pulling off. Up right here, I just wasn't sure what's going on. I was severely confused by this whole thing. So he pulls off, lets us by, he lets him by. You heard me on the video, I said, where did that guy come from? I didn't quite see him pull off there. So now I'm behind him. First little creek. Yeah, I thought he was cheating there, but he wasn't. First creek section is sand, and there's the mud pit in this one as well. If you watched any of my videos, you know sand is my nemesis, but I was practicing this week in the Czar sand field, so I'm just trying to get a little bit more comfortable, trying to get my speed up and not being afraid. This mud puddle is going to come into play next lap, so just wait. Yeah, I'm just trying not to be afraid of the front end tucking. You see me get on the leaves there. Now I felt like I could have passed that guy right there, but we ran out of room because the trail just narrowed down. And he's foot paddling, I'm foot paddling, just trying to keep the bike upright. Stops there. I'm not sure why everybody's stopping. They end up coming to pass me back later. It was a good line choice by me. So we have about 10 seconds of woods here before it opens back up. And then he lets me by. My friend Donnie's been trying to get me to open it up more in the open sections there like that. He starts waving me by. I got no idea what's going on. So now I'm following this guy that just passed me. I got passed and I passed somebody. It's like a net. There's no net position change. But I'll tell you what, coming up here, we really screw up big time here. This is lap number 1. And look, the arrow there is blown out, or the arrow is pointing to where we should be going, but the ribbon got blown out. So let's play it and see what happens here. Now we're totally off course. We're not even on the course anymore. He loops around. We could have gotten back on the course right here by taking a left, but we take a right. And now we are going the opposite direction of what we're supposed to be going. Basically did like a 360 there. So after that little mishap, I come up and there's a flagger or sweeper trying to direct traffic, and there's a guy stopped saying, WTF, man, you're on now. He's like, I'm supposed to be going that way, but you're coming this way. Some of these guys know where they're going. They're like doing some trailblazing here, so I'm just thinking, I'll follow them and see where they're going. And they get us back on the track here. Here comes the first little difficult section. These guys are taking the more aggressive route. I take the easier line. That'll come into play on lap 2. Just wait for it. And we go into the second creek bed section here. You can hear I'm in second gear. I should be shifting up to third. I do that on laps 3 and 4. But my RPMs are definitely a little higher here. And I lost those guys. So there's room for improvement there in the creek beds or the sand sections. I have no... Last year I went over the bars right there. So definitely a fear factor of mine that I overcame, went down it fine in practice, and then 4 laps went down it fine, so getting better. You hear me in second gear in this open section, should be in third. There's a couple 50C guys, 3 of them that just get by me there. Yeah, so definitely more sand practice. The first race of the season won't be a sand race, but I know there's one coming. First race of the season will actually be a little bit more hard packed like it was here. Got it up to like 7,000-8,000 RPMs, but need to be up in 12, especially if I'm not going to shift to third. Gotten a lot better about that, but there's room for improvement for sure. So this first lap I'm sitting down a little bit. I'm a little out of sorts for sure. My clutch was messed up before the race. A couple guys, including my friend Mark, helped me out. Basically had no pressure in my hydraulic clutch, so they helped me bleed it. The problem was it was dangling. I took the clutch lever off and I lost a spring that I didn't know I was supposed to have.
Yeah, my clutch is so long right now. It's
You can hear me complaining about the clutch right there. So I normally cover the clutch with my index finger, but I'm not having to put any pressure on it.
or having to pull it off. And this time my clutch lever is out to here, so I'm having to reach and just keep it engaged like that, which is causing all of these muscles to stay engaged, and it's throwing everything off. You'll start to hear me complain of arm pump, which I've never gotten arm pump before, so it was frustrating. Trained pretty hard for this race. It's not like I was going to podium anyway, but first lap I just screwed myself big time. What also is weird, which I wasn't expecting, was I started to get numbness or tingling in my right arm, throttle hand. I don't know why that happened. So I should have been able to roll off that bank pretty fast, but still just being spooked by the sand. Could have navigated that better too. My plan was to stand the whole race, and I ended up, I think, standing for laps second half of 2 and 3 and 4. So there's me complaining about arm pump. I hear some guys behind me, so I just pull over. I know I need to hydrate. I don't know what's going on, but back. Sorry about that. I think we were talking about arm pump and my hand going numb. Definitely was sitting down in these tight sections here, which is not good. It gets pretty bumpy in these sections, and that's what I was trying to avoid. So I got a lot better about that in laps.
With one finger.
So I don't know if you heard that, but I said I can't pull the clutch in with one finger because my finger is just... I do sit at my desk with these and practice, or, you know, get strength in my clutch fingers and my brake finger, but it's worn out right now, so I'm having to use two fingers, which gives me less stability on the bars. It's uncomfortable for me for sure. I think I could have done this section a little bit better each lap. It's downhill. I coasted through it pretty much all 4 laps. Would prefer not to do that, but anyway, that's what my comfort level was. Riding like an idiot, basically. Just both arms are sore, numb, just not riding up to my potential at all. And I'm not that great of a rider to begin with. That's another 50C guy coming through. Actually, that was probably a tag team pack. Alright, we're going to skip ahead to lap 2 here. We'll show more of that second half of the lap on lap 4. But my arms are still dead. I pulled off into the pit area. This little area is used for people to refuel. I just had to do some of this with my throttle hand. And I had dropped a couple electrolyte tablets in my water, and I knew that would help with the muscles too, so I just started chugging down water. And so eventually, mid lap 2, things get a lot better. I just don't have that problem the rest of the race, which is nice. So let's see if we can get out into this open section and probably could have gotten onto the throttle a little bit better in those turns, something I'm working on for sure. Getting that braking zone down. Braking, roll, throttle. This is where I take a little tumble on lap 2. I decide to go right at that tree where it's steeper right here. And just fall. So as I'm laying down, Monica, the photographer right there, gets a picture of me laying down. Some of the guys in the race group.
You got that on camera? Huh?
I asked her if she got it on camera. It would have been nice to have a video of that because it's probably funny. But I'm laying completely on my side, so the guys in the race group are saying, "Hey, you taking a nap there?" or whatever. You know, they're just messing with me, which is funny.
That fucking sucked.
That sucked. All right, still on lap 2 here. So this is me being frustrated. Find neutral there.
Can't fucking ride a motorcycle right now.
It's like
So frustrating.
I was completely being frustrated there. I was completely frustrated there. All of my things were thrown off. All right, so lap 3 now. I pull up on my son, it's his first big bike race. He falls. Should I stay or should I go? Of course, he's my son.
Convenient.
He's laughing at me like, "Hey, this is convenient that you happened upon me and can pick up my bike in the mud." So we're switching to his GoPro camera now.
Oh shit.
Come on.
He doesn't want to have to cross back through the mud.
Oh shit.
So Dad's got his bike up.
Get this mud off.
All of his right side of his bike is completely covered with mud. I'm trying to get the mud off his throttle so at least he doesn't slip. Now I got throttle all over. Oh no, now I got mud all over my hands. He's just sitting there. I'm trying to get him to go. We're getting passed by 50B guys here.
Second gear.
I'm about to walk up and push him through the mud, but he gets going. So we're back on my GoPro now. I know I've got to get out of here. We've just been sprayed by mud as well. Like everybody coming through was just spraying us with their back wheel spinning. All right.
Slippery.
I'm just constantly wiping off my hand now on something. So I catch back up to him. Just gonna ride behind him for about 10-15 seconds until we get back into the open. I'm gonna yell at him here to go faster because I don't know what he's doing lollygagging like this. There he goes. So I try to go over to the left, and then he comes over to the left, and I just go by him on the right. Now I am gonna save that video for a long time because I think in a couple years he's gonna be faster than me, and I need that so I can show him that, hey, I was faster than you at once. Back to that little section that I fell on. I take the easy line now over to the left. A couple sweepers are waiting there. They must have been on the radio. Chris is coming, Chris is coming. He might fall. We need 2 sweepers there. I don't know. Alright, here's some open field fun. I got up in the 3rd, wide open. That guy still passed me. Got aggressive on the brakes. He only beat me by a little bit, but still a clean pass though. Alright, lap 3, little tree run in here. don't know what happened or how I hit that, but on the overhanging the trail, there was a tree I didn't see, or a branch, or a big limb like this big, and it just nails me right here in the bicep. It's black and blue now, it's sore to the touch. 2 days later. And I hit it. You know, it's probably going 10, 15 miles per hour there. Alright, so this is my last lap. I was looking at my watch. I was thinking I would have 5 laps. We'll get to that in a second. Did pretty good in the open there, just wound it out. Do it again right here. Can still be a little bit more aggressive there, but I'm getting better. Working with coach on putting my weight to the opposite side of the bike, or the outside corner, keeping my elbow up high into the corner. Oh, as I tell you how I'm working on stuff, there's me just falling all over the place. But yeah, rolling onto the throttle earlier, getting all your braking done before you initiate the corner, all that stuff I'm just working on improving those open field corners so I can keep pace with people better. That gassed me a little there. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not riding fast for sure, and I see this open section. I guess I gotta take a break. Now the nice thing about my lap times here is I progressively got faster each lap of the race by 1 minute. So this last lap was 20, I think it was 26 minutes, which was my fastest lap. The previous was 27, and the previous was 28. So the good thing is I improved each lap. Now I'm still about 6 minutes per lap behind the people in my class, like the podium people. So got some work to do. I see, look at this section right here. Kind of rolling here, idling, blipping the throttle a lot, which on a 4-stroke, why would you even want to do that? Just introducing engine braking. So I gotta clean that blips. I gotta clean those blips up. Look at my shadow to the right. I'm all the way back, getting that weight to the back, only using the rear brake, and just roll down that part. So I've improved on that a lot. And I think I finally learned I need to be up in 3rd gear here. I think I switch into 3rd right here. But I need to get on the throttle earlier and longer. Just need to do all the things better. Oh, you hear that blipping? You're not even supposed to ride a 2-stroke like that in cross country, but here I am riding a 4-stroke like that. Did change the throttle mapping sensitivity. So when you get the stock KTM, it's got the really aggressive throttle, that piece of plastic in the throttle. I switched it to the more mellow one. I think that helped a little bit. Helps me not jerk back and forth in the corners as much when I'm trying to roll onto the throttle. But I still need to stop that blipping. It's not good technique at all. I see improvements here, but I'm leaving a lot of track on the I'm moving a lot of time on the track here. I could be faster. I get tentative in the corners, especially when there's bumps. So there goes the leaders in my class. And I see him and I was like, oh, I just need to stay with him.
There goes Mark.
Can you rub it up there?
Gotta catch him.
Trying to stay with him. See if I can get on the gas here in this corner. Yep, a little bit.
Oh, not another one of these. I'm definitely not catching them now.
So I said, not another creek, not another one of these. Definitely not catching them now. Yeah, I can't keep pace in this sand. It's all my ability just to not lose the bike. People keep telling me, Chris, just go faster. Well, when your front end isn't going where you want it to go, it's just got a mind of its own. It's really hard to go fast. It's mind over matter for sure. But I have a mental block, and I know I have a mental block. I need to fix it. I'm down in third gear, which is keeping it in the back wheel spin down. Helps with those whoops. Then I come up on a nice tight turn here with a pile of sand, and I just let go of the throttle and slow down, which is the opposite of what I'm supposed to do. I wanted to be in first for that little uphill because I know it's got some rocks and it's a little steep. I didn't want to stall, so I accidentally put it in neutral. Bad riding. I was talking to somebody who had a recluse and he just kept his bike in third, which I was a little jealous on. Lots of people blowing by me here. Alright, what's good about this is by the time the last lap came, I was standing in this the whole time. And as I said in the beginning of the video, I can't go as fast when I'm standing. There I am, trying to get on the throttle in between corners, but I know I'm a little slower standing, but it's a lot smoother. I don't feel any of the bumps that I'm going over, and there's a lot of like 3-4 inch holes in the trail here. So what I said there is I gotta lean more forward because, especially when it goes uphill a little, I'm really fighting the bars to stay with it when I'm standing. Just gotta lean more into it. There's some more blipping, gotta fix that. Is that a 65 or anything? There's one kid in a 65 that passed me in one of the open sections. I think he was on a 65 or a small wheel 85. It was just, he blew by me. I love those fast kids, but it is a little demoralizing. I mean, they've just been riding their whole life and they're just really fast, so they deserve it. Now watch to the left here, there's a really good line.
Look at that line.
Didn't quite form until third or fourth lap, and I missed it. There I am with that no way guy on YouTube. It's down in first, I think. So got back into second. See, I could go there, but there's that little dip in that ledge you have to hit.
I dived too early on that one. dove too early.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is I dove my shoulder into that corner, that left-hander, and what I should have been doing was putting my weight to the outside of the bike and letting the bike turn underneath me. So it was just bad technique. And not only did I dive my shoulder into the corner, I dove too early, nicking that tree. So, okay, here I am, gonna try to get up into third here.
Going up to third here.
Then I gotta pop up on the pegs.
Hard on the brakes.
And just get those arms out in front of me and my weight all to the back so I can get
Okay, down to
that
first for this
braking
little
back.
shit section here.
So I've been working on aggressive braking coming out of straights like that. And I used to not really grab that front brake very hard, but I've been practicing. And I know I need to get all that done before any turns start happening, or else that front tire is gonna wash. Okay, so I avoid this big hole here. Right here. For 3 laps I hit that thing pretty hard and avoided it that time. 6,000 RPMs maybe? Still only in second gear there. I
Folks here.
think that faster.
Nice and flowy. Nice and easy.
So what I'm saying is there's a flowy section there. It's just like spokes where we practice a lot. That is nice.
Quickly becomes foul.
But quickly it becomes really tight, really hilly. We won't get to that until a little bit. It's gonna open up here for a second. Right here is a drop off to the left. I almost went off that on lap 2. But by the end of the race I was nailing this. So you go up this little hill and you gotta duck under the tree to get to the preferred line right here. But if you can take this, it's a lot faster than going straight there. This part of the course was like pothole city, but standing on the pegs really helped. Just the bike was taking all those bumps and I didn't really feel much of it at all. Definitely gonna keep practicing that and getting better at it. There's a couple of times where I didn't come to a stop and I let people pass me. So I'm gonna try to keep doing that because you don't lose as much time at all.
I hate this line.
Yeah, I followed that guy into the trees there.
Don't know why I took it. I think it's because that guy took it. That's why I took it.
You can see my shadow there. Still standing up. Trying to stay on the throttle, not let the bike idle. That was my problem in the December 3rd race, just idling too much. And so I'm practicing staying on the throttle. Even though I'm not twisting it hard, I need to be at least twisting it a little bit. And then slowly and slowly I'll get that fear that subsides, that lets me go faster.
Of course, it's becoming a suspect real fast.
I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but I'm really concentrating on looking up the trail and looking through the turns. So some guy was commenting on one of my videos. He said, Chris, I can see you're doing target fixation there, where you see a tree in the middle of the corner and you're fixating on that tree and you don't get on the throttle until you pass it. And I said, yeah, I am doing that because I don't want to end up in the tree. It says you need to look up the trail and through the corners. So I practiced that for a couple of weeks and it actually really helps. I'm able to get tighter in the corners and
Bumps don't bother me.
more more comfortable getting on the throttle early. There's a little nice jump here.
Alright, this turn.
So that helped a lot. This turn is an off-camber 90-degree left. Yeah, it just sucked. This is where we kind of start this roller coaster section. Just up and down, super tight. I'm standing, letting the bike flow underneath me, but I also felt like I was ready to stall a lot. Laps 1 through 3.
That's the tree that hurt me before.
So finally, I just started doing this section in first gear. I don't think I'm fast enough yet to really get up to second gear in here.
Here we go, roller coaster.
So tight. I don't know how I can race this section, honestly. If you have any advice on how I can race this section, please comment below. Help me. Like, I feel like I'm hanging on, keeping the bike on the trail, avoiding the trees, avoiding stalling, avoiding hurting myself. But actually racing it, or like trying to pass somebody here, just seems very impractical. Of course, I'm taking bad lines there, but I'm not really worried about it at this point. I'm really just trying to get back to the start-finish line before under 2 hours. I'm being a little bit casual about it because in my head, I know I'm gonna hit the start-finish line around 155, in between 150 and 155. These guys keep catching me. I don't want to hold anybody up. So as soon as I hear a bike, I just let them by. Another 90-degree lefter. The GoPro does numb these hills out a little bit. Or they mellow the hills out a little bit. A lot, actually. These aren't super long hills, they're just steep. Steep uphill and downhill. I mean, how are you supposed to like hit those in second and third? I don't know. The ruts weren't bothering me. The bumps weren't bothering me. It was just the tightness and the steepness. These guys are flying too. Watch how quickly they get away from me. They're sitting down, and I admit I can probably do this section faster sitting. But if I did this sitting the whole time for 2 hours, I'd be super sore afterwards, and I just don't want to end races like that. So I'm gonna stand. I just need to get faster standing. But look, they're nowhere to be seen. We're like, what, 10-15 seconds after they pass me?
That's why I usually sit for those tight ones. Like I wasn't going fast.
Alright, here we go. Finally out of that roller coaster section. Back up to speed. Gonna come out to the open for the final time. More on that in a second.
Bumps
Sorry about
everywhere.
a little fly there.
Felt that front end.
That shiny stuff. I'm just tentative to go fast on that because I've lost the front end a couple times. I sit more forward now, I lean more forward now, but still, that fear is in the back of my mind. Stay into the inside here. Try to apex this corner, let it drift out to the outside, so I'm really trying. And then we're back into the woods for the final tight little section here. It's really tight right here when you dive down to the left. I'm loafing. You hear me pick up the RPMs there. Stroker, letting that rear wheel slide out, that was kind of nice. And I think I got an angry 4-stroker coming behind me now. He takes this pothole right in the middle, just going fast, and I avoid it to the left, right there. Okay, so watch this guy, he doesn't even take his foot off the brake, he's just confident. Front and back end are gonna stick. That's where I need to be. That's where I need to be. So on these two straights, it's not like I couldn't go fast. I could have gone faster. You just see all these roots where they leveled the ground recently. I just plays mind tricks with my head, just thinking, oh, I'm gonna catch a root. But I wouldn't. Like I would roll right over them. It's just playing, overcoming those fears and letting the bike go faster. Alright, coming up on the finish line here, see the checkers. I'm disappointed because I was expecting to go another lap. I mean, I definitely was in shape. I trained for this race. So another guy's gonna come up behind me here. I'm looking at my watch, trying to figure things out.
You did this for 2 hours, about a minute and a half, and able to do another lap.
That's weird. I got 152.
Well, you know, the 2 hours is for the first group.
Yeah, I started it right at the first group.
Oh. I don't want to put it out then. I feel like...
So he asked the people at the start-finish line, and he said we missed it by a minute and a half.
Sometimes they do that because they don't want the AB riders to wait like another 45 minutes.
And I said, I did start my watch right on the first line, and I got 152 here. So my friend Chris comes over to talk to me, and here's what I have to say about that. If you're gonna promote a 2-hour race, run the 2-hour race. Because all the riders are expecting to ride for 2 hours. And if they're worried, so at the end of the AB Pro race, there was plenty of light. There's plenty of light to have these races be extended. It's not like they were gonna run out of daylight. So I just wish it would have been 2 hours instead of, so the guys who passed me in my class, they went around for another lap because they made it under the 150 mark. So that's why they did 2 more laps than me. I missed it by a minute and a half. So if I would have known, maybe I could have picked up the pace a little bit, but probably not.
All right, well, it was a wonderful race here at Powell Ranch. First 2-hour race. I'm so glad I started practicing standing up, doing that Chris Birch technique. There was, by the time, actually, for the practice race, it was pretty smooth out there, but by the time we got into the second and third lap, it was all rutted up, braking bumps, acceleration bumps, mid-turn bumps, all the bumps. So just so glad I ended the race, was not sore at all like I was a couple weeks, 3 weeks ago, I think. on the 1 hour race. So just so glad. Now, I'm not saying I can ride fast like that yet, but I am learning. And by the time we hit this place next year, I think I'll definitely have my speed up a little bit closer to the C guys. So just lots of fun. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up on YouTube. It really helps with the algorithm. And I hope you subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Thanks for watching.